Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Untapped podcast. My name is Jacob Gabel.
And my name is Jacob Wurtz. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 16.
A lot of episodes.
Bonus edition, baby.
Bonus.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
We thought we'd bless you guys.
Oh, yeah. Guys, if this is your first time joining us for the Untapped podcast, first of all, thank you and welcome to the show. We actually have 5 main formats of our podcast. So first, we have Forging Fortitude episodes. In these episodes, we cover the mental side of things, okay? The overall idea of our business, of our brand, is to combine mental and physical health into one. So in these Forging Fortitude episodes, we cover that mental side, okay? We cover a lot about mindset and mentality and our anecdotal experience with those. We try to pass on advice to you guys so that you can then apply it to your own life. Okay, next we have physical vitality episodes. You have 2 certified personal trainers here. In these episodes, we cover that other half. We cover the physical side of things. We cover workouts, diet, nutrition, the gym, outdoor workouts, workout programs, or fitness programs such as 75 Hard. We talk a lot about it.
Or online training.
Hint, hint. So that's what we cover in the physical vitality episodes.
Nice, dude. Third format, ladies and gents, is our breaking news format. Now, this is a current event-based format. Now, this is how history connects to current day events. It is also our opinions on these current day events going on. As we know, we see a lot of BS going on in the world. Wurtz and I like to call that out. A lot of the times we tend to be on point, so to speak.
Yeah,
it seems like it, which we don't want to be with a lot of these, but it tends to be that way.
Right.
Our fourth format, ladies and gentlemen, is our Knights Table episodes. Those are masculinity-based episodes. Keep in mind here, this is a 25-year-old, 24-year-old, and a 23-year-old.
Oh, so this guy's old now.
We're old. We're old now. A little birthday action. So, guys, the reason I preface that is we're bringing you on the journey of becoming a masculine man and becoming a man that is worthy of, a feminine wife or a family. Mm-hmm. Again, strong father, strong husband, and that is what we think promoting masculinity is going to really change the world and change how this today's culture is kind of falling, so to speak.
Especially the correct kind of masculinity.
Especially. Not toxic masculinity, because that's not a thing unless it's criminal a lot of the times.
True.
But
very, very true.
Our fifth format, ladies and gentlemen, is our guest format. The guest format, you can probably guess what that means. It's when we sit down with somebody that brings you value of some sort. Could be a fitness professional, could be an entrepreneur, could be somebody that is just a professional in their field of some sort. Could be a chiropractor, whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, that you think of in your head. We sit down, we have a conversation with them, we kind of dissect their brain a little bit, get maybe some new ideas on top of our head as well.
We usually do.
That's almost always happens. So those are a lot of fun, guys. Our final thing to introduce is our producer and my brother, Mitchell Gabel.
Hello. What's going on?
Sick handlebars over there, guy.
Thanks.
So as you guys can all see on the video, on those of you just listening, you won't see this, but
watch YouTube.
I myself look like a baby now. I'm completely clean shaven. And then tonight we are recording on Friday the 21st.
Finally got a haircut too.
I did. Yes. yes. Captain Beardsley really got me right. But I took the opportunity,
the liberty
of giving these guys some pristine facial hair. So Gabel is rocking the beautiful goatee. Looks like his father.
Yep.
Okay. Money Mitch
Steve.
over there. Money Mitch is over there rocking the handlebar mustache. Yeah.
Pull it down, Mitch. But we'll pull that mic down. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Whoa,
That's me.
let's go. That is amazing.
Oh, that's great. That is great. That's good stuff. So we all look a little bit different. This guy looks completely way older than Mitch and I now. I mean, bro, you are so close to 30. It is crazy.
All right. Next thing you know, I'm JT now.
JT is old, man. He's 30. He is 30. Just like our buddy Jake.
Jake Rule.
Yeah, they're both just old.
Man. I thought he was like 55 by now.
Might as well be. Hey, I'm only a couple months behind you.
Sorry, gents. My bad.
I say we, but it's really just me. I love roasting the guys that are old.
You do. You're a big fan of making fun of age.
Hey, they got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a good way to put it, honestly. It is. That's actually like a nice way to put it instead
Wisdom.
of saying, okay, yeah.
Wisdom, yes.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Yes, wisdom comes with age, ladies and gentlemen.
There's no
Amazing.
doubt.
Amazing.
So, guys, what we wanted to do today, just to kind of mix in something a little bit different. We used to do this back in season 2. I don't know. Did we? I don't think we did it during season 1, did we? I think it was just a season 2 thing.
Season 1 was us figuring ourselves out in a lot of ways and like our
Definitely.
formats. So
Oh, yeah.
we kind of had what would be considered bonus formats, but for the most part, it was just topics.
Yeah.
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 I would say maybe one episode was bonus if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in season 2, we probably did, I don't know, 3 or 4
Yeah,
of
we did.
EX bonus in season 2 where Money Mitch would ask us 3 different questions that are submitted by you guys, the listeners or the viewers. You guys can actually submit those questions on Instagram is probably the best way, through our DMs, or if you wanted to email them in, it is extricationfitness@gmail.com. So that's our old name of the podcast, or name of the formats rather. But there's also an email button on Instagram. You can also text them to us. Regardless of how they get sent to us, we send them right to Mitch. He has a whole bank of them. He goes through them. We don't really look through them. And then he picks some at the end of our episodes. But what we're going to do today to kind of mimic that EX bonus format, Mitch is going to ask us 3 questions that have been submitted by you guys. And I think he actually came up with one of them on his own because, as we've said in past podcasts,
He's an intelligent dude.
he's an intelligent dude. He's also the smartest guy in the room. But
Yes.
yes,
100%.
he really has a great face for a podcast.
What do you mean by that?
I love
Go
you, Mitch.
ahead, Mitch.
I
Lead
love
us
you,
off
Mitch.
here.
So, Mitch today or tonight is going to ask us 3 questions. Mitch, hit us with number 1, baby.
What's an insult you've received that you're proud of? Insult in quotations.
Why is that that's actually a phenomenal question.
That's a good one.
That's a really good question.
And honestly, before we answer, like, that's a good one because when you go down the self-improvement path or you really get into fitness, you get a lot of those backhanded compliments. So
insult?
in
right. Quotations.
Insult, yes,
Yep.
100%. Yeah. Man, you really love the gym now. Absolutely, I do.
Literally, like one of the first things that my head went to was that right there.
Sorry, I'm getting diced now. Like, my bad.
Check out Wurtz's Instagram. We'll release this on Friday. He released a post on this Friday we're recording. Dude just looks hot.
I don't know what you're talking
My
Insert a funny meme here, Mitch.
here. Bro, check my comment for that matter too.
Oh, man, take the shirt off.
But like real talk though, is that not a phenomenal compliment?
100% it is.
And they don't mean it that way ever.
No.
Yeah.
You know, it's the whole like, oh, you love the gym now, or man, you love 75 hard, or man, you look great. But like they say it in a sarcastic way. It's like, dude, I know I look great. Thank you. Like, I understand that. I'll be a little bit cocky here. Like, yeah, I know. I know what I used to look like. I know what I look like now.
Yep.
You're damn right I'm proud of that. Like, thanks, dude. You got me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You got me. Sorry you're still going to Larry's, the local bar, and getting hammered with your high school buddies. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Have we not chirped Larry's before?
Oh, I'm sure we have.
We had to have, right?
Larry's just sucks.
Just a shithole.
People get shot there.
Literally.
What do you got?
joke at
You
all.
got any crazy things?
I would say one of the ones I'll probably say 2 here, but one of the ones I've gotten is, you still doing Untapped?
Oh, yes. 100. That's a really good one. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah. How's that
happen to
business going?
yeah.
Oh, it's going.
It's
Just you wait, bro. Just you wait, bro.
when you come asking me for something later in the future, won't go as well as you think it might.
And see, here's the thing about that too. You know, like we can go at it at that angle, almost like a
The dark energy.
dark energy, an aggressive standpoint on it, because, and the reason being is you can always tell if they're legitimately asking, like, hey man, like, how's the business going? You guys still doing
you
that?
can always
Like,
tell.
Are
Yeah.
you guys keeping up with that? You know, like whatever. 100%, I'm gonna have a conversation with you about it. But it's the, hey man, like, how's Untapped going?
Still doing that little podcast?
You guys still doing the business? And then it's like, okay, let's go, dude. Put the gloves on. You know, like let's do this. You know, so guys, we're not always just like cocky about it. Like, oh, when you come asking for something in the future, like we don't always just think that. However, we both have absolutely, and sometimes we've been together when that's happened. We have gotten people that are sarcastic about it, or they're kind of demeaning about the question, or about the comments. And it's like, dude, you know what? Just because we're doing something a little bit different, and I don't know if you maybe feel insecure about it or whatever the deal is, but like you don't have to hate on it. You know, you don't have to do that.
Just so happens we'd actually encourage you to do something different.
100%. And for the most part, you and I just kind of ignore it. We just kind of ignore it because it's like we have an understanding, and we actually talked about this in our last episode about choosing your time wisely with who you spend it with, but also having a conducive environment. And so we have an understanding. It's like, do I really need to waste my energy talking to this person about this? Do
those conversations even come up as much as they ever used to?
And they don't. They don't.
Not even close.
They don't, because we have purposely surrounded ourselves with better people.
I will say dark energy was fun to mess with for a while.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it was, but I don't think it's the right thing to do. For those of you that are just getting into self-improvement and whatnot, it can be a useful thing, like she broke my heart.
It's honestly a really useful thing. And
that was a question away.
I was going to say, that was a Q&A probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes ago, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah, okay.
And in that we kind of said, can that be a good starting point? Without a doubt, yes. Without a doubt. There may not be a better way to get started. If that's why you're getting started, like something bad happens to you or a bad situation happens, whatever.
It's the motivation versus discipline.
Exactly.
Argument, yeah.
Exactly. And it was going to be a long walk to that, but that's essentially what I was going to say. But like we also said in that answer, it's not sustainable forever. There comes a certain point where you go from getting revenge on that person or that situation to then looking in the mirror and be like, oh shit, this is about me now. I'm addicted to the progress for me now. I don't care about that other person, that other situation, that other fill in the blank. It's about me now. So dark energy can be good. Just don't rely on it forever.
Yeah. And those of you that are even asking these questions to us and whatnot, we know when you're serious about it. And for those of you that obviously do ask it genuinely, we're not calling out you, of course.
Absolutely.
And you
not.
should know that we're not calling out you.
Yes.
Because we can tell
when
somebody actually cares about it.
Without a doubt.
Like every time. Even when they've asked, you still training? Yeah, I'm helping people get healthier.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I am.
I'm still helping people get results. Yeah.
That's a weird way to put it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, again, 90+% of it has been the, hey, dude, you still training?
Yeah.
In a good way.
Right.
It's again, it's a different tone, and you can tell who it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I am one who a lot of the times I'm not even open about it, but I like to use dark energy because sometimes it can kick you in the ass.
For sure.
A lot of times, and getting angry can be a really useful technique in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
For me, I was always able to channel it really well in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I always play my best games when somebody goes at Mitch or Mitch is talking the most shit. I always do, because somebody goes at him and then it causes me to play my best game I've ever played in my life.
Sure.
Every single time. So dark energy is a thing, but it's not one of those things that I can rely on for a long time. I can rely on it for at most a week nowadays, if that.
Yeah.
Because if I rely on it for more than that, it feels like it literally drains my soul.
At this point, it's almost like you use it for one workout or one game.
Yes,
or
exactly.
1 hour or one run or whatever, So I think you and I have gotten to a point where we're not always mature, but a mature enough point to where if we need to kind of grab some of that, use it for a short amount of time, whether that is a week or a day, a game, a workout, whatever, we're able to.
Athletics especially. I don't know what it is, but
for sure.
It's very useful.
It gets
in that
the
scenario.
ball rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it can help get that little shove down the hill, so to speak, so that snowball starts building up and whatnot. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Definitely.
Without a doubt. Yeah. All right, Mitch.
All right, number 2.
Second.
What is the biggest challenge you're facing in your role, your business, a project right now, and how are you tackling it?
Ooh, I like this one. I like this one a lot now.
It's a great question.
I would say for me personally, and I actually just said this to somebody. I don't even remember who it was. I know it wasn't one of you two because we've had this conversation plenty of times. But it's kind of dealing with am I worthy of doing something like this?
Mr. Imposter. Yep.
Yeah, it is a little bit. And I imposter syndrome, it's definitely real. There's no doubt about it. And it'll just continue to get more and more real, I think, for us, the more and more we progress with the podcast, with the business, all of that. And, we're making some strides right now on the business side of things. And it's extremely exciting. I literally, and I know you feel this too, but like extremely exciting. It's awesome.
Just a few hours ago. Yep.
I mean, literally though. And you know who you are, but feeling worthy of people listening to us, people asking us questions, people having trust in us, the guys that have come to our guys' nights, it's like, well, we're 24 and 25. Like, why are
they listening to
why
us? Yeah.
me?
Yeah, and
Why me?
And we only have so much life experience at our ages. We don't have, JT and Connor, like they just have a few years on us. But in those few years, those guys specifically, I'm talking about Connor, who we had on the podcast, and then JT we've mentioned a couple times. But and honestly, JT, he will be on the podcast here very, very soon. I'll just go ahead and say that. But
yeah,
those guys only a few years older than us. They have just a little bit more, or they're a little bit older, but they have that much more experience than us. But it's like, why should these guys listen to me? But then I think about it, the majority of the people that come to our guys' nights, the guys that come to those nights are younger than us even, Mitch included, And so
definitely.
So there's a battle there. It's like, am I worthy of people listening to me? Like, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Not that I'm trying to discount myself, but why should these guys listen to me? But you know what? Even when we feel that, we've done things that maybe they look up to, or they have a question about a girl situation or relationship situation, or we haven't been in the workforce long compared to other people, but we have been in it longer than those guys. So maybe they have a question about a work question or a career question, or I want to ask my boss this, or I want to ask my boss that, or if it's a sport. All three of us here had the opportunity to play college sports. We have guys in that group that want to play college sports. So we can relate with them on that level. So basically, it's feeling worthy, and then what are we doing about it, or what am I doing about it personally, is reminding myself I was put in this position for a reason. I was given these ideas to do these things for a reason. I was in this situation for a reason. I told you guys about a conversation I had earlier on this day that we're recording, and it was just the most random conversation that I totally did not expect one bit. I was walking out of a store, and I had a conversation with somebody, and I was put in that spot intentionally for some reason.
Yep.
And so whenever I have those thoughts of, like, dude, why would anyone listen to our podcast? Why would anyone want to train with us? Why would anyone follow me on Instagram? Or why would anyone come to our guys' nights or whatever? I try to remind myself as much as I possibly can, there's a reason for me being in these situations.
Damn right.
So it's
Specifically around the men's night, a humbling way to think about it is we're not necessarily leaders within it, while we are organizing it. It's, you're part of the group. You are no greater than any man here. I'm going to treat you as my equal. How can I help?
And how can I learn?
At the end of the day, how can I help and how can I learn?
Which is why I think men's groups are so important, though.
Yeah.
Like that's really what I think. This is the struggle for me, is always, and it relates to like the men's groups, it relates to just masculinity in general. And those of you in the men's groups, I've talked to you. I don't know if I've talked about this specifically. Maybe I have, but my biggest thing is always having a high goal of financial success, and since we're at the starting point now, it's very hard to be at that starting point. Does that make sense? Because since the financial success goal is so high,
sure,
number wise,
yeah,
and not necessarily materialism wise, but
some,
but impact wise, and along with materialism,
for sure, impact wise,
because that's what the whole goal of high financial success for me is, to eventually make a lot of impact with it.
Absolutely.
That is the biggest reason.
There's also no reason to discount material goals either.
Right.
At all.
Because they're part of the reason. They're part of the thing pushing me towards that.
Yes.
Now, if I had if God came down and was like, throw away your Lamborghini when the time comes, I'd be like, okay,
right.
It's a Lambo, whatever.
Right.
No big deal. Go for the impact. Cool. Fine.
Sweet.
But my point is that being at this point as a 25-year-old, I'm not the 20-year-olds you see on the internet that are millionaires at this point in time.
Sure.
The probably 5 to 10 of them or whatever. And we think it's everybody our age.
Right.
So I always compare myself in that scenario where I'm like, why am I not 200,000 plus right now? Why am I not 500,000 in the millions, whatever now at this point in time? Because
why are we not in a penthouse in Miami?
Yeah,
right
in the
now?
upper echelon, scenario.
Right.
And what's hard about that, because part of it is like, at developing the man I want to be, watching the men we want to be, being around the men we see, and spend time in these men's groups, our own and others and whatnot. You have a certain direction that, okay, if I want to be the man I want to be for my family, part of that is financial success.
Absolutely.
And that is something I'm very hard on myself for, because I'm like, I want to be able to just, eventually I will be able to, but I want to be able to just toss my card on the table and like, yeah, if the bill is $500+ whatever, doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Because then you can take care of those around you and whatnot. So that's been definitely transparency wise, definitely a real struggle of mine, because finances are, especially in this economy world and whatnot, they're fighting very hard for people to not be successful and whatnot.
Yeah.
So pushing against those forces and whatnot is scary in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
And especially taking a different path and doing that too.
Yeah.
Because again, could you and I said this before, could you and I have graduated after 4 years and whatnot and gotten the 60 to 80 grand or whatever job and whatnot, and we could be considered like financially okay and whatnot? Yeah.
Sure.
But that's not the end goal.
Right.
That's not even close to the end goal.
No.
So because the number is so high, it's like, and the freedom that comes along with that number.
Right.
I'm very hard on myself.
Absolutely.
Very hard on myself with that. And sometimes to the detriment, I have to get out of the headspace of thinking about how much I make or about the numbers now, and just focus on grinding now. And that's it.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
No, 100% too. And I think that's where you and I are so fortunate to be in a partnership here, because one, we can relate to each other on just about everything.
Damn near everything.
Yeah.
Other than like baseball and hockey.
Yeah, well, sure. But even still, the amount of similarities we have found between those two sports is ridiculous. But
fights.
True. Ours are better. Except you guys actually punch each other.
I was gonna say, wait a second.
We just like love to look scary and aggressive, but we just actually talk.
Other than Jose Bautista.
Oh yeah, Rougned Odor just destroyed his face. It was awesome. And the Cardinals have actually been involved in some good ones.
Jose just ate one.
Anyway, back on the point here. Because we are able to relate on so many of those things, we're able to kind of calm each other, or just be like, hey bro, like I get it. Like I feel that too, but what's going to help? Us stressing about it or us continuing to work towards it so that we make it happen?
So true.
You know what I mean? So
we're in lockstep, so to speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then, we do things like we did earlier tonight on the different Zoom calls and whatnot, and it's just like, damn dude, like this is becoming real. Like we just got to keep going. We're at the very, very beginning, but anytime we do something that is progressing the business and progressing us towards those material goals, the financial goals, the family goals, the husband goals, all of that, it's just like, this feels right. This feels awesome. Like it's exciting, And so as long as we, or as long as you, whoever asked this, or just you guys in general, as long as you just keep going, man, like you will get to that point that you want, whether it's physical goals, financial goals, material goals. And we're not there. Full disclosure, like we're not at our financial goals. We're not at our physical goals for that matter. We're not at the business goals. We're not even remotely close. We're just getting started, but I can promise you the progress that we have made in the things that we've made progress in, they wouldn't be possible if
why
we
wouldn't
didn't
you
keep
just
going.
chase it too?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you just chase it?
Why? Like there's not a better feeling than continuing on.
Yeah, and if you're a believer in Christ, why wouldn't you chase something
Oh my gosh.
higher? Why wouldn't you chase a higher
That's
purpose?
right, dude, because when things
That seems
feel,
so disrespectful.
yeah, and when it feels right, that means you're in the right spot.
Yep.
You know, and it's like why would you give up on that? Like I understand, like I get it. I've been at those points, especially on my physical journey. Like I've been at those points where it's like, man, it would be just so easy not to work out today. Sleep in. You know, it'd be so easy to, you know, eat McDonald's today or you know whatever. Like it would be so easy to not do 75 hard. But if I'm feeling those things, that probably means I'm supposed to do 75 hard. That probably means I'm
Good
not
indicator. Yeah.
I'm not supposed to eat McDonald's. I'm supposed to go to the gym, you know? So you're exactly right. Like it's almost disrespectful in a way, you know,
to not chase your goals.
to not chase the goals.
To not chase the higher purpose.
And there's an obligation there too. Like if we continue to preach doing things differently, striving for success, striving for a good family, being a good husband, looking for a good wife that is feminine, not a feminist, you know,
not blue hair.
we can't go too far into that because we don't have our conspiracy glasses, but you know, we've talked plenty on that.
that one could probably go without him. You know.
Yeah, right.
You also
the
have to
audience.
think of a context here. In this small circle of the three of us, is I'm in a significantly different space than you two,
Sure.
but here I am still sitting here and diving in with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I have that other life. So that also gives you context as to what you guys truly want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys know my day-to-day.
Sure.
You guys know what I do.
Right.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
This guy just bought a brand new
Is
car,
that-
by the way.
Is that
little Audi SQ5,
is that-
no
is
big
that-
deal.
You see how fast he's trying to skip that over?
is that what you guys want, right? And especially with the men's nights as well, it also gives you context as to what are you doing over here?
I'm
laughing
slapping,
over
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It gives you context, right? And is that what you truly want? And
Right.
for some people, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
For some others, it's not. Like you guys, it just gives you context around those situations,
Right. Right.
Does.
and that's important
It is important.
because otherwise you wouldn't know what your true goals are really,
Sure.
because you're not going to experience that, know how it works, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Yeah.
Yep.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm ready
rock.
for number 3.
Onwards. What underrated tools are indispensable at your job or for your job? So I will say, so this could be for the business, what skills, relationships, etc. tools can be used interchangeably here are indispensable for the business, for your guys' current jobs. It's kind of open-ended and kind of see where we're going to take this.
Interesting. As a trainer, or those in the fitness space, it's kind of, I guess this isn't underrated, but in some ways it can be, is your device, your phone. It really can be an underrated device because, and you and I have dove into this heavy.
Underrated tool.
Underrated tool. Yeah. Did I say device? Yeah, sorry. But I'm referring to the cellular device, your phone in this scenario.
Because that is a tool, 100%.
It is.
Yep.
And
Yes.
we talked about this, guys, where we've said it's important to use it as a tool instead of just as a,
Distraction.
mess around advice or mess around thing, and that's it.
So almost like a distraction.
It's like you and I are on the same page. It's perfect. But yeah, so it definitely can be a massive distraction.
Yeah.
Massive distraction if you let it. But those of us in the fitness industry, it can be a huge tool.
Huge.
Because it really can. The way we think of using it anyways, guys, is that eventually we used it to get to the point where we had enough credibility on social where we could do these men's nights. And 8+ guys could show up every time. Because then it actually allows for the in-person community aspect of it. Because again, if we just kept it only social, it wouldn't be a tool.
Right.
It would just be this thing that we kind of got on and posted some videos and whatnot we took, and that's it. And that can be very fun for that matter.
Sure.
Social media content can be very fun.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
I love it.
Our gym vlogs especially are like my
yeah.
best knowledge of that because we just get in, film, and it's fun. It's enjoyable.
And that's just us, too.
Yes.
Like, as far as those vlogs go,
Yep.
Like it's just us.
100%.
Yeah.
So it can be that tool, and those of you that are in the fitness space listening, even if you're not attempting to build this massive empire, I see no reason why you shouldn't give out free information on there. Mm-hmm. Trent's a good example. We had him on our social and our Untapped and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he's one that's, giving out, this is my breakfast I had this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good example. This is what my workout looked like, but in a super cool fashion, in a super cool edited fashion and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I had a video this week where it was just like, this is a short, quick leg day workout that I took like 30 to 45 minutes on.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
So it's one of those indispensable tools that if you're in the fitness industry, I don't see any reason you shouldn't be using. Again,
well, you need to be.
You need
is
to
the
be.
point.
You need to be.
Yeah.
And again, I get the whole only do in-person stuff and whatnot and all that stuff. But again, if you're trying to do something different, why not reach 10,000 plus people doing that? I mean, one of your videos, got 10,000 plus views the other day and whatnot?
It's still going, honestly.
And again, that's
full
crazy.
disclosure. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and as far as that goes, if you're in the mind of, I'm only going to do in person, as far as training goes, like, you're going to be capped. You're going to be capped.
Which maybe that's what they want.
Maybe, but
I don't know.
But I don't think so. I don't think
Right.
so. Because
Yeah.
if you're someone that wants to train people to continually help them get results, that's got to make me think that you want to continually get results. So therefore, you've got to be using social media and probably have some sort of online training space.
Yep.
Because like that online aspect, that social media aspect, it allows you to reach unlimited amounts of people, which is why it's one of the greatest tools that the world has ever seen. And that's why I disagree with people that 100% hate social media, because I think the reason that people 100% don't like social media is because they find themselves only being distracted by it. And it's like, okay, I get it. You see it as a time waster. And especially people in our parents' generation, that's all they see it as. They don't really understand the way it can be used as a tool or a way to make money. And I respect that. It's okay.
They don't, at their age, they don't need to use it. Yeah.
But people like 30 and under, like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about that you hate social media?
Even 40 and under for that matter.
Yeah. It's like you're so far out of pocket that you don't even know what you're talking about now. Because if you use it correctly, even just in the slightest bit, you can reach whoever you want. You can also see whoever you want. If you're someone seeking information rather than giving information, you can still find it within seconds on social media.
AK curating your algorithm.
Yes, exactly
As we've
what I'm
talked
getting
about
to.
multiple times in multiple episodes.
100%. Now, if you're someone that's a distracted person, that's when you're going to get the OnlyFans girls and the porn type stuff on your explore pages. That's maybe an indication to you that, oh man, maybe I'm using social media for the wrong reasons.
We have seen Instagram put that up there.
Absolutely.
For
It's
everybody,
been
though.
done to us,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they know that we're 20 in our 20s and we're male. So like, these guys probably want OnlyFans chicks on their explore page. Psych. I want business, making money. Like, I want all this other stuff. I don't
want any hoes.
I want fitness content. Like, I don't want that shit. Like, get that out of here. Like I'm trying to do things, dude.
Damn right.
I don't need that shit on my Instagram.
I don't need $10 a month.
That's what I'm saying.
For
Like,
some
bro, put
nasty
your
shit.
feet somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need that. It's so stupid.
OnlyFans is a complete
It
degradation
is a
of our
grease
culture.
fest. It is unbelievable. Like, oh my gosh. Like, we could go down that hole so fast.
Bro, yeah.
Anyway.
They're just making money, Wurtz. They're businesswomen. Pause. Mitchell. All right.
Mitchell, Mitchell just made
is
a
it-
muted
is your mic off?
comment.
All right,
Yeah.
good. Thank God.
Mitchell just
Yeah.
made a
Yeah.
very much muted comment. We're going to keep that muted.
Inappropriate guy over there.
Anyway, I agree
We would
with
never
you.
be like that, by the way.
I agree with you 100% that your phone / social
Yes.
media is one of the most underrated tools. I don't know if this would be considered underrated, but it's at least what came to my mind. And that's being able to talk to people professionally, confidently, / kind of being able to sell. That kind of goes
Love
into the
that.
same thing.
Yeah.
I have more experience than just the talking to people because I worked in a movie theater for 7 years. So I had to talk to people and
And
all
The scout
kinds of
school
people.
and whatnot too.
Scout school, yeah. So I was at the MLB winter meetings. I was forced by my school to go talk to people. In my job currently, where I train and I coach, I am forced to talk to adults, teenagers, which are are high school, college teenagers, and younger kids. So I literally am forced to talk to all ages, even grandparents, okay, and everything in between.
Yep.
So I have always been in situations where I have to be able to talk to people, and I think both of you could back me up. Like, I feel like I'm pretty decent at talking to people.
That's your forte, yeah.
100%. Like I have confidence talking to people, and I'm not afraid to introduce myself to people and all that kind of stuff. And there's been different things that have allowed me to be better at that. But that is very much an underrated skill, because if you are someone that uses social media or your phone as a distraction, you are only able to talk to people with a phone in front of your face, And those are the people that make stupid comments on posts, like, whatever. But
NPC shit.
yeah, exactly. But you got to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to be confident when you talk to people.
It also just opens up doors to relationships.
100%. I mean, I've told the Deerberg stories, where I go up to the deli counter and these two ladies, like, they see me almost every time.
You're not selling them anything.
No, I'm not selling anything. I'm just trying to have a genuine conversation. They all, some of them, or those two, have said to me, like, thank you for always bringing your smile in. It's a genuine conversation. It's awesome. A genuine little relationship that I see them once a week for 5 minutes, but it means something to them. It means something to me, and so being able to talk to people, that would be my answer.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Mitch and I's parents, they had us, anytime we'd go over to a friend's house, they would always say, whenever you get there, introduce yourself. They'd always say
to the parents,
the parents of your friend and whatnot.
Yeah.
They would always say, make sure you're respectful of those people and
Sure.
whatnot. So what would be interesting is you'd have a friend group of 20 people or whatever. Let's say 20 people, and you'd be the only person out of the friend group that would say hi to the parents. Everybody else would be like, "Hey, Mrs. Jones," this, and they'd
no, literally,
that's how it goes.
It's funny, like.
Or you'd see them, like, the parent in public, and they would just ignore that parent entirely.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
It's weird.
Right.
It's weird.
That's not how you build a community at all.
No.
Not one bit.
Yeah, and again, it's different if you have some kind of beef with a person, I guess, out in public. But that's a different story entirely, of course.
Then you just fight.
Yeah. Then you just go wild, wild west, like we were talking about. That's the good stuff.
We're gonna duel in the street.
Yeah. I'm the only killer in this town. Love it. But if you see somebody out in public, it's probably a good obligation to go up and talk to them.
Sure.
That is part of community. That is
Absolutely.
definitely a part of actually caring about people and whatnot. And again, especially at our men's groups and whatnot, us making the point of talking to everyone, making sure everyone feels welcome, whatever scenario it is, whether it's a ruck, whether it's, at a place, at a venue, whatever it is. Because again, there's no way you're going to build any type of connection without talking to people.
And that's why we've kept those so small, honestly.
Exactly.
Is so that it forces not only us to interact with everybody, but it forces them to interact with everybody as well.
Yes.
If we had 50 guys show up, or even 20, it would be much, much more difficult to develop a real connection other than like, hey, I'm Jake.
Yep.
So if we keep it small, we're able to connect with everyone genuinely and get to know these guys and whatnot. So
yeah, and again, like that'll come with time, because as we build up a consistent group where everybody already knows each other in that 10 people or whatever,
sure,
then we can go to that 20 people, because
we know
we'll have 10 other guys who will talk to the other 10 other guys and whatnot.
Facilitate it.
That's a different story though.
Obviously.
And that is just consistent building for us and whatnot as it comes. And again, that's why if you're with your friends, if you're with your family and whatnot, make an effort to talk to people. We've forgotten that. We've forgotten the face-to-face interaction, how important that is. It's huge.
Yeah, and it can be awkward, but you got to force yourself into it.
Yeah, it is. A lot of times going to be awkward.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, guys, that's going to be our first bonus episode of season 3, our first Untapped bonus. I think we gave a lot of good value out of that.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Why are you giving such a funny face?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So, because we gave good value in that, what do you guys have to do? Oh, you got to share the show. Okay? Okay? Share the show. All right? Spotify makes it super easy to share it to your Instagram stories. So go ahead, press those 3 dots, press the Instagram stories button. Boom, it takes you right to Instagram, and you press post.
Easy.
That's how easy it is.
Yep.
It's also free. Okay, it's 100% free without a doubt.
Apple Music allows the same thing.
Yes.
YouTube, if you
Yes.
comment and like our post, guess what happens? We grow, you grow. Oh, perfect.
Exactly.
Everything works out in
Yes.
a symbiotic relationship.
Yes. So, guys, please share the show. Okay, share it to your stories. Tell people about it. Text them the link. Also, one quick note: we do have some stock left in. Our XL's sold out now.
XL's close. XL's close to being sold out.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a few shirts left.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But then we do still have some stock of all the other sizes. So, guys, if you want to get a T-shirt, if you have not gotten the OG Untapped T-shirt, go to the link in our bio. They are there available to buy.
That's some memorabilia right there.
Those of you in St. Louis, please do not pay for shipping. We will meet up with you. We will bring it to you, whatever. But we do still have some stock left.
Those of you in St. Louis.
Yes. Yeah, we're not driving to Tennessee to give you a shirt. Hey, Nashville trip? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this first bonus episode of Season 3. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Share it to your stories. Until next time, peace and love.
Thanks, ladies and gents.